Hello, Niles. Good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of Niles Voice of Business. This live stream of interviews will feature local professionals, elected officials, and village representatives in Niles. Today we have owner of Flahive Strength Training, Connor Flahive. They are located at 6267 West Howard Street, Niles 60714. And we're just going to be talking about kind of how things are going and what they expect in Phase 4. Connor, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So Connor, for some individuals that might not know you in the Niles community, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started at Flahive Strength Training?
Yeah, so I grew up on the northwest side of Chicago, and then I actually went to Notre Dame High School, so I'm definitely a local kid. We opened up back in 2011. We opened up in a pretty small shop in Park Ridge. Actually opened up my final semester of my senior year of college.
Wow.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur from the jump.
For sure. So we just I was kind of at the point where it was, go find a job or kind of take the plunge and try to do it on my own. So we opened up a small shop, and that was back in 2011. So, fast forward 9 years here, we're up and running in Niles.
Wow. And
Yeah.
I'm sure in the 9 years that you've been open, you've never seen something quite similar to the past couple of months.
No, a little different. Different. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can assume. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the services at Flahive Strength Training?
Yeah, definitely. I think when people think of a gym, a lot of people, the first thing that pops up in their head is, like a big health club style gym where they can kind of go in on their own time and use the equipment and do kind of their own thing. We're pretty much the exact opposite of that. So I think our biggest differentiator is that we are a personal coaching facility. So when someone walks in the door, we're going to develop a plan for them, and then they'll be with a coach kind of the entire way through. And every time they come in the door to work out, they're going to have a planned program and working with a coach. So, so no matter if they're doing a class or if they're doing, we do something called small group personal training. So it's 5, instead of being one-on-one personal training, we do up to 5 people with one personal trainer. So you're always going to be with a coach, and with kind of that, the personal training and the team of coaches that we have 2 really main programs. We work with adults, kind of primarily. Most of our adults are over 40. We work with the adult population, and then kind of our other second main program would be athlete performance. With the athlete performance, we mostly train like junior high, so 6th grade through college age kids.
Wow. Yeah. We have a comment from someone that has said that it's a great place for teens to have coaches work with them. So that's always great feedback to hear. Do you guys focus on a little bit of the nutritional side of things as well? We
do. So we have a certified nutritionist on staff. We mostly work in generals, kind of a generalist approach with nutrition. But if people want additional help and kind of take a deeper dive on it, we absolutely offer that service.
Awesome. Well, I've put Flahive Strength Training's address up here. Please, like you said, they aren't a one-stop shop, but they definitely appreciate some of the consultations and reaching out. I will plug Connor's information in terms of reaching out to him towards the end of this. But tell us a little bit about how the past couple of months have been for you and your staff.
It's been a wild ride, as I'm sure it's been a wild ride for everyone. Actually, what's crazy is March 16th, my wife was induced to have our 3rd child. So,
wow.
Yeah. So when all of this first started, that was a Monday. One of my head coach was kind of just texting me back and forth of how it just kind of went from what felt like it was like 0 to 60 in a matter of a couple hours. And we actually made the decision to close before we were forced to close. So we closed that Monday night, all while I'm in the hospital with my wife. And we just made the announcement, and we just kind of went full head of steam into trying to pivot to going all virtually.
Yeah.
So with our athletes, it was obviously tough just because there wasn't a whole lot we can do virtually with the
Mhm.
athlete performance side of it. But with the adult side, I'm biased, but I think we did a pretty good job of pivoting pretty quickly and just trying to, provide as best of possible service for for our members.
Yeah, no, and I
And
definitely can attest to that. I have tuned into some of your Instagram Live and Facebook Lives and watched you guys. Not only is it fun to enjoy some of the conversation that you guys have between each other,
yeah,
it's also just, the workouts are pretty simple and easy.
definitely.
Great. So yeah, I always make room in my living room, so it works out well. But yeah, so moving on, I know you talked a little bit about how you've pivoted to the digital scape, which I feel like is really important in these times and climates. That's the best way to get that reach out,
Yeah.
considering, we're not able to meet with people one-on-one. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the resources or some of the things you saw beneficial in pivoting your business?
Yeah, so we've always had a private Facebook group for our members, for our adult members. So that was a pretty easy transition that we just took our workouts and our programs and we started streaming them live. We would have an 8:30 a.m. live workout every single day of the week. So then our people would tune into that. And as you kind of see, there was, some good banter and feedback that we would kind of go back and forth. Our coaches had a good time with it.
Mhm.
But then we would record that and we, have it on our YouTube and then send it out to all of our members so that they can, they had a workout every single day that they were able to do. I think one of the things that we did pretty well was as soon as we decided that we were going to close, we actually just gave away all of our equipment to our members. So
Wow.
we had a little equipment pickup where they just stopped by. They told us what we wanted, and our coaches just put it in the back of their car. So it was kind of like a curbside pickup for gym equipment.
That's
So,
awesome. And
yeah.
are they going to have to bring this equipment back to you? Or
So then when we, what was that? The end of May, when we went into phase 3 and we were allowed to do the outside workouts and the personal training inside, we had the equipment drop off. So then we had to, do all that with the sanitizing it and getting it all back into its proper place. But I think that was something that was really well received and people really enjoyed it and they were able to continue their workouts pretty uninterrupted at home.
Yeah, I would have appreciated that. I have been buying 2 gallons of water just to have those as a part of my workout. So I would have been one of those ones. But that's awesome. That's phenomenal. I can't say that any other gym has done something similar to that. And why not, since the equipment is not going to
be completely unused, right? It was just collecting dust.
So
we were uploading our group workouts onto Facebook, and then for that small group personal training that we talked about, which was the 5-to-1, we wrote individual programs for people depending on the type of space, the type of equipment, their goals, and then we sent out the individual programs that way. And then for that small group personal training, we use Zoom for that so that we can we were able to see up close and, check their technique and form and all that stuff and have a little bit more of a face-to-face rather than just like a Facebook live type workout.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. And I think that is, I think you hit all of the boxes and check them in terms of how you can reach current clientele and also prospects. People are looking for new gyms and new ways to get involved. So that's really phenomenal. Well, great. I was going to say, how have you been meeting with clients? But we have kind of already asked that and also answered it. So moving on, are there any strategies in terms of, I know you talked about emails and the Facebook groups. Is that something that you would recommend to another business in terms of continuing a conversation with your clients?
Definitely. So like I said, we had the private Facebook group, which, really before this started, we were pretty active in it on a weekly basis, and that has gone from a weekly basis to a daily basis. So definitely something where we can easily communicate and interact with our members was a huge thing. Same with email. I mean, we were pretty, we emailed out, whether it be training tips or recipes or things like that. We did that on a weekly basis. But again, now that we're still doing our virtual workouts. So we haven't stopped our virtual workouts. We're still filming the 8:15. We do it 8:15 now every single day. And then we send it out to our entire members list. So what has gone from like a weekly thing has turned into a daily thing. So I think it's just another way to kind of make sure you're staying on top of things and being accessible to all the members, because, you know, when we did a survey with our members of, you know, how likely they are to come back or when they would come back and things like that. And, you know, just like we talked about before we got on live here, there's people that are, you know, gung-ho and ready to come back, but then there's on the opposite side where, you know, it's going to take some time for people to feel comfortable coming back into public, especially not public, but gyms and things like that. So, you know, we just have to be flexible to kind of play both sides of that. So the virtual stuff, I don't see that really going away anytime soon. So we'll just kind of continue to do both in person and virtual stuff.
Yeah. And that's something, you know, me and Alicia have been saying from the get-go is, you know, do what is ever comfortable for your members and your clientele, because that's what's going to be most beneficial and profitable for you. And I think that says a lot about you as a business owner to attest to what they're comfortable with and not what you feel like is comfortable for them. So that's great. And I think that's awesome to do a survey. I highly recommend it. Us at the Chamber love a good survey. It really allows for us to kind of listen in on what everybody's opinion is and kind of how they feel about the situation. So that's phenomenal. We talked about that you're going to continue with these virtual events and some of the interacting of daily videos. Is as we move into phase 4, what are some things that are going to change or become more available for you, considering the lessening of guidelines?
So in phase 3, we were allowed to do outdoor workouts in the personal training. And we were talking that our members have really enjoyed, especially when we've had some great weather all through June. We've had some great weather where people are really enjoying the outdoor workouts. As it gets a little warmer, it's been really hot and humid the last couple of days. We'll see how much longer they are enjoying those workouts outside. But we're slowly transitioning inside. So if it's too hot out for people, or they completely prefer to go inside for the workout, we're moving them inside. But we're still keeping the outdoor workouts. We're not just completely ripping off the Band-Aid and saying, hey, you have to move inside. Because like we said, there's some people that are ready for it, and there's some people that are not ready at all for it. So I think what we'll continue to, especially that we've learned from this experience, is that there's people on both sides of the fence. So we just have to stay neutral and figure out what the best plan of action is to appease both sides of that fence.
Without a doubt. And I think that's phenomenal. Now, in terms of some of the safety measures or precautions that you're taking, you know, obviously, even in my gym before pre-COVID is what we'll call it, is, you know, we had the sandy wipes that we wipe down our equipment. Is that something that you are, you know, going to give to your staff as something that they are going to do as well as your members? What are some of those safety measures going to look like?
Yeah, so we created pods. That you're in your own pod and you have your own set of equipment. So previously, pre-COVID, I like that. I'm going to continue to do that. Pre-COVID is that, you know, especially with our classes, we would run circuits where people were moving kind of one station to the next, and, you know, without blinking an eye, you were picking up a piece of equipment that someone just used 2 seconds ago. I think that's a big change that we'll have moving forward. You know, so right now people are in their own pods and they have their own set of equipment. So when someone walks in our door, we're telling them, hey, this is the workout that we're doing today. You're going to need this, this, and this. And then they grab that equipment and they go to their own separate pod.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so some of the other safety measures that we're doing, taking temperature as they walk in the door. We got the touchless thermometers. And so I think that was a big worry of people when when we first said that we were going to open, was, am I going to have to wear a mask as I work out? So because of those pods, what we do is they wear a mask as they come in to get their temperature. But then when they get to their individual pods, and we're getting ready to warm up and get the workout started, they can take off the mask and they don't have to, wear the mask during the workout. So
yeah, no, that's phenomenal. We've gotten a couple of calls here at the chamber that have asked, that similar question: is it going to be required within, gyms? They worry that their breathing is already limited, especially for me when I'm running. So it's
for sure,
me, and
for sure,
I might not get too much further than I already am. And I think that is really great, especially within terms of the pod. I think that creates a safety barrier that people are really looking for. We're living in an uncertain environment, so any precautions that we can give is phenomenal. In terms of the pods and stuff and the safety precautions that you are taking, have there been any challenges in related to that, or the operations of day to day that you faced?
I don't think so. As I communicate to our members and everything of how great our team of our staff has been throughout, all the way back since March. I think they have done a great job of realizing that this is kind of the new normal, and this is something that we're going to need to do because just going forward, if we want to be able to be open and operating, that it's just something that we need to stay on the ball with. So
right, yeah. And I will throw you a testimonial up here from Phyllis that says Connor and his crew have done a tremendous job taking care of all of the Flahive family, accommodating everyone at their level of comfort, and so I'm happy to be one of the family. Always great. Thanks for tuning in, Phyllis. But just some great words about you and some of the things that you guys have been doing, which I think is phenomenal. Connor, what is the best way to get in contact with you if someone wants to join the Flahive family?
They can go to our website, which is flahivetraining.com, but probably the easiest is to call or text. It's that number. It's the 847-983-0488. And that will connect you with Maddie. She's the boss around here, and she's 99 and everything. So that will connect you right with Maddie, and she's kind of our welcomer. So she handles everything, and she's awesome. So that connects.
Beautiful. Well, like Connor just said, give a call to 847-983-0488, and Maddie will get you taken care of. Or email Connor at connor@flahivetraining.com. Those are two methods of getting in contact with them. Connor, I always like to leave on a good note. Business doesn't stop as you hear the phone. Where's somewhere that you like to eat in Niles? Where's your favorite spot?
Someone just opened up the door to bring me Howard Street in right now. So there we go. Have some brisket tacos waiting for me 2 feet away, which I'm smelling.
All right. Well, good. We'll stop by Howard Street Inn after you stop by Flahive and get a good workout in. Well, Connor, thank you so much for joining us today. I'll let you get back to your tacos, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.